using the PLD tracking sheets and the 3 quite simple functions that are required. This video aims to build confidence using the PLD tracking sheets. This video outlines 3 quite simple functions. Function 1, how to hide and unhide columns. When you register for the tracking sheets, they're quite long because they outline a full year of profiling. The term 1 classroom profiling, the term 2, the term 3, the term 4, and the end of year process. Now, by hiding and unhiding columns, it's possible to only have the current term in view. If it's term 2, we're going to hide term 1 and hide term 3 and 4 and only have term 2 in view. In saying that, there will be times when you do need to open out your spreadsheets and compare. And if you are not finding that enough students are showing the gains that we'd expect with the PLD process, that requires contact with the PLD office and also to reflect upon your implementation of PLD. How do you hide columns? Well, you select the column at the top, click on the letter, right click on your mouse, scroll down, and then select the hide column. How do you unhide columns? Again, click at the top, the letters, right click on your mouse, and then scroll down to select unhide. Here's a short demonstration video in which you will see columns being hidden and unhidden. Function number 2, colour filling cells. In this process, what PLD requires is you highlight what you intend to teach for the term ahead. By selecting the paint pot at the top, it's possible to colour fill cells. So identify the area that you intend to colour code and also teach 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 81%, 63%, right. That's where things dip. I'm going to select that cell and the colour fill process, and that is going to communicate what I'm going to teach over the coming term. Also utilise your percentage converter. If students are in this band 80%, 100%, 85%, 88%, 81% or higher, then you move on to the next stage. If students are in this red band, we'd like to target those skills. So here's stage 1, target 4. If a student scores 55%, sounds quite low, but in fact there's only 9 concepts there. That is 3 more concepts that they require in order to jump out. So for these students, we'd be wanting to target that area and something else. If students are scoring down here, chances are you are there for the entire term. So do not just colour fill the first time a student dips under 80%. Keep looking right to analyse not the first time they dip, but also subsequent cells. With Alex and Joseph, something happened at a CVC level, but then look at their target 2 skills, a target 3, target 4. Are we really going to put these students at a CVC level? No. You'd be targeting further on and colour filling those skills further on. 80%, 43%, 60%, 86%. Would we really be putting students here when they've scored so high in target 4? No. How do you colour fill cells? Select the cell and then the colour coding pot. Now for a short demonstration video where you'll see this function demonstrated. Why colour-filled cells? You're communicating your teaching plan for the coming term. Function 3 involves cutting and pasting rows of student data and reorganising the students from an alphabetical order organisation into targeted teaching groups. Why do we do that? Because it is sheer impossible to teach to that data. Yes, you need to highlight what do you intend to teach, but until those students are grouped together, it is difficult to analyse your groupings and also your numbers. How to cut and paste the full row of data. Right-click on the number and either Control X or select Cut, move down, click on another number and then Control V, or right click and select Paste. So what we're trying to do is organise our data into a triangle. Our tier 1s that are following a teaching sequence or close to following a teaching sequence or maybe slightly ahead of that teaching sequence. What we're going to do is move them to the bottom of the data. The students are a little bit behind in the middle of the spreadsheets, those that are tier 2, and putting our tier 3 right at the top of our spreadsheet. Now for a short video demonstration. Now, what you also saw in that video was the deletion of excess rows. And sometimes you'll have to insert a row so that there is a place for like students to be grouped together. Again, click on those numbers on the side, right click, drop down to insert or delete rows. So what we're trying to establish is a triangle and putting like students together. And then once you're able to analyse those numbers, looking ahead, looking behind, adjusting slightly, what you're trying to do is establishing a teaching plan for those 3 groups. Before we finish, let's go through some red flags. These red flags are in your manuals. Often the PLD office is sent data that looks like this. I finished. Can I have some support with my teaching groups? But in fact, this teacher hasn't used any of the content in this video and in fact has just tested and entered data. PLD needs a teaching plan from your data. All finished, here we go. I've entered my data, I've highlighted what I need to teach or intend to teach, but where's your teaching plan and where are your students being organised in those targeted teaching groups? Or yes, I have. I've highlighted, I've grouped, and I've got 6 groups. No, PLD is going to say you can't have 6 groups. That's quite a difficult situation to manage, but what we need to look at some of those groups and widen the focus and then describe that focus. Remember, the effective implementation of PLD, Structured Synthetic Phonics Program, requires that you are using the tracking sheets with fidelity. There is support available through the website. So this concludes and hopefully builds your confidence with tracking sheets and using those 3 functions required. If you found this information useful, don't forget to click the subscribe button and check out our related videos shown here. If you have any questions or feedback, please add them to the comments below and we'll be sure to respond. Otherwise, you can reach us via live chat on our website, pld-literacy.org. Thanks again for viewing.